Hello, everyone. This is Jeannie White from Passionate World Talk Radio. And today I have an unbelievable guest. I say that all the time, but I truly mean it. This one here is whatever she's doing is doing phenomenal. Her name is Holly Brown, and she is the founder of Looking and Feeling Fab. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Holly, and tell us what and how it all came about, Looking and Feeling Fab.
Sure. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to Jeannie for bringing this issue to light. Looking and Feeling Fab started. I am a licensed esthetician, and I'm also what's called oncology trained. So that trains estheticians how to safely work with people when they're seeking out a spa treatment. However, I myself have multiple sclerosis. I've had it for about 20 years, and I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, which is a lung disease. And because of the two autoimmune diseases, my doctors felt the best form of treatment was chemotherapy. So I'd taken infusion of Rituxan every 6 months, and it's worked great for me. However, I developed a real bad rash on my back, and when I brought it to my doctor's attention, he looked at me kind of quizzically and remembered I was an esthetician and said, "Oh, you should know what to do." So I was a little horrified by his answer, and the more and more that I researched, I saw how prevalent skin issues were with cancer treatment and how that they use cancer treatments for so many other illnesses. And these people were basically suffering in silence. So I made it my mission. I went and got trained. I came back and was determined to start a nonprofit. And that was about 6 years ago. So Looking and Feeling Fab is a nonprofit 501c3, and we offer skincare and massage to people who are going through cancer treatment. We have been in existence for about 6 years. We're the first nonprofit of its kind in the country, and we have learned so much. We've treated about just a little bit over 300 cancer patients, and we've seen a lot of reactions that can happen, and we've been able to combat them. So anybody who is undergoing treatment for cancer and is suffering these devastating skin side effects, we should be able to help them.
Absolutely phenomenal how something so for you and how it grew into what you're doing now with it.
Yes.
Now you do a lot of different things about fee options and stuff like that for new patients. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. So majority of our services are at no cost. So we offer what's called a wellness program, and that's geared for people who are in active treatment up until 1 year post-treatment. And so with the wellness program, they are entitled to 5 free visits. There's an application that needs to be filled out that can be downloaded right from our website, and also a medical release form that we ask them to have their doctor sign off on. Once that is complete, they're entitled to 5 free treatments. So the first treatment is we bring them in, we do a very intensive history intake. We give them a mini treatment and give them some sample size products. The following 4 treatments can be broken up between skincare and or massage, wherever they may be having issues. And we also give them 4 full-size products for their home care routine. With each session, we also do a 15-minute educational piece. And so we go into reading ingredients in products, choosing the right sunscreen, precautions that need to be taken. And the theory is that after the 5th treatment, they, so to speak, graduate and are able to move forth and take good care of their skin now that it's compromised, is what we call it. So compromised skin is skin that has undergone any thing that has prohibited from functioning normally. And so after the 5th treatment, they can go forth and make their own decisions, or then we offer them the Pay It Forward program where they can continue treatments at a reduced cost, and all that money from that program goes back into funding the treatment free for other people.
I see. So do you also, are you able to, sometimes the patient, the individual may not be able to come out. Do you go to their homes, or do you make it a little more available for them to?
Yep. So we have a number of different facilities, 5 facilities across Massachusetts. We're in Whitman, Woburn, Westboro, Norwell, and Somerset. But if somebody is housebound or is not able to come to us, we can make home visits.
Oh, that's very good. That really helps out because they have enough to stress to go under. Now they have to worry about how am I going to get to this facility?
Yeah, we do a lot of work with hospice as well. So anybody who's at the end of life, we find that it really helps to comfort them and lessen the anxiety of making the transition to the other side. So we also offer that service as well.
Oh, so you really offer quite a few services there, Holly.
Yes, yeah.
Amazing. Now, I know I put it through the ticker here, but how would they get in touch with you, Holly?
Yep, so they can call the telephone number 781-385-9601, or they can visit our website, which is www.lookfeelfab.org, or they can also like us on Facebook. And we post a lot of stuff daily on our Facebook page, and we do our best to keep our website up to date.
Mm-hmm. So again, they can just find you also, which is a very prominent place because everyone basically is on Facebook. So that's excellent. So could you give that website, that page again, how they get in contact with you?
Yep. So under Facebook, it is just if you put in Look Feel Fab in the search, it will come up. We're also on Instagram as well. And then our website is www.lookfeelfab.org.
That's absolutely incredible. And I'm sure you've helped many, many patients because they have just come off the loop of constant doctor's appointments and meetings and treatments. And I'm sure they're a little leery about what's going to happen next. And now you come along and you solve some problems for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in this country, we don't put emphasis on our skin as we should.
Mm-hmm.
It is the largest organ of our body. And people don't understand that when somebody goes through treatment for cancer, it really breaks down the skin. And so we see a number of different issues: dryness, people's skin can be splitting. We see hives, itchiness, rash. There was a study done that say 85% of people who undergo radiation end up with a moderate to severe burn, which is huge statistics to me. So here are people who are not only fighting for their health and to beat the cancer, but now they have these unforeseen side effects that maybe nobody had educated them on, and they're pretty much affecting their quality of life. Some people won't leave their house because of different reactions. It causes a lot of pain and discomfort. And, we are unfortunately a country that puts a lot of emphasis on vanity. And so some people feel that they don't want to leave their house because their skin issues may be so bad.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not sure if I asked you this, but how do they find you, Holly? Do they find you through
So we do a lot of presentations. The presentations we call as Skin is In, and we offer those complimentary if anybody has a support group or a medical facility that they would like us to come in and talk to them, or a certain agency. We also do a lot of the Live Strong programs through the YMCAs. So we're doing about 8 different YMCAs who have the Live Strong program through them. So they may meet us through there, or we do, at wellness centers and different community functions. We do retreats, and we have skin clinics and whatnot. So we're trying to spread ourselves around. So they can just like us on Facebook. We always post the different events that we're participating in there, or they can just reach out and contact me. I'd be happy to share anywhere they could go to join in the presentation.
I know you're in a lot of different places, but sometimes I know you're also involved. Are you connected with some hospitals that may be able to promote your flyers and stuff to people that are transitioning out of treatment?
I'm sorry, I missed you cut out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would think you are associated with a couple of hospitals, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we are associated with the Green Cancer Center in Brockton at Signature Healthcare. And so we have a program with them that is financed by the Christine M. Sullivan Foundation. And they offer their patients a certificate to call us for a free treatment. And then the Christine M. Sullivan Foundation reimburses us for that.
That's phenomenal. Now, do you work with any particular doctors or nurses or anyone in conjunction with the treatment that you're doing for these individuals?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any contact with any physicians or physicians or nurses that may be involved in somehow with your organization? Is that something that
Yeah,
happens?
we have people from that have heard of us, that have that have been educated about us. We go out to the different medical centers. We've done a presentation at Boston Medical Center. Brockton Hospital knows us. Also, Good Samaritan. We've done the Dana-Farber's, and we have social workers at the Dana-Farber's that will refer patients to us.
Oh, so there is a way for people to find out about you.
Of course, yes. Yep.
Obviously, and I know that you wanted to talk a little bit about your team.
Yes, yep. So we have 5 practitioners. So we have licensed massage therapists, as well as licensed estheticians that are all oncology certified and trained in this area.
And you do certify them. I see that sometimes you show your students that have graduated from your classes.
Yep. So we also, I'm a big promoter of education. So we go into Spa Tech, the aesthetic school, and talk to the students who are in class learning to become estheticians. We also offer a 5-hour overview class of on the oncology training for estheticians, and that trains them to be able to safely work on a person with cancer. If they happen to be working at a spa and somebody comes in with health issues, they'll know how to safely treat them.
How to handle them.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you get many, many testimonials about what your foundation, your nonprofit does. I'm sure there's tons of people that are just really pleased that they found you, and you've helped them with solutions to their issues.
Yeah. One big issue is that people don't understand is that sometimes people develop such serious skin side effects that they contemplate stopping their treatment. And of course, we know that that is not ideal. And so if we are able to help people to keep going with their treatment and stay on their medication, then that in itself helps them to be able to fight the disease. So we really have found that we've become very useful in a situation as that, when people are really at wit's end and they're going to stop their medication.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure at some point you must get devastated.
Yes.
And saying, is it going to work or is it not going to work? But luckily, your team and you have solutions for them.
Yes.
You help them out and to proceed for them to go forward in their treatments.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize or think about skin issues, or, we don't put a lot of emphasis on our skin in this country, unfortunately.
No.
In my presentations, I say, it's the largest organ of the body. We don't put a lot of emphasis on it as the heart and the lungs. And I'm sure if somebody woke up this morning with heart palpitations, they would contemplate, maybe I should call the doctor. But I say, how many people woke up today and looked at their hands and said, yep, skin's working pretty good, I'm good to go today? Probably nobody. So it sounds funny, but it's realistic that is.
It is true.
It promotes our skin, is such the gateway to our overall health and well-being, and protecting our organs and bones, regulating our body temperature, giving us our skin color. It gives us the nerves that feel pain and touch. So it has a lot of important functions. We just, for some reason, don't emphasize it like the other organs.
I think we just take it for granted that we have a covering. We don't even think about the skin.
Right.
And beyond that is the different body products that they have out there. We all put them on.
Right.
And I understand you have a list of things you recommend not to take or do.
Yeah, the important thing is, you know, you don't want to put a product on somebody who's fighting cancer that may contain ingredients that cause cancer. That just seems so ridiculous to me.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, in this country, the skincare industry is so unregulated that that's what happens. Unfortunately, you know, we are fueled by the almighty dollar. So whoever can get in and present their product as being the best, and people who are uneducated making the decisions as to what to purchase, we end up offering these products that may not be the best for people. So we really try to educate people on how to read ingredient labels, how to pick out certain chemicals, and choose the best type of product so that they're not adding a product onto them that is just gonna exacerbate their situation or you know, even cause more cancer.
Mm. Well, you know, the beauty industry, they're here to sell beauty.
Right, right.
And this can do this for you, and no one really looks at the ingredients. And I have to admit, I don't either. You know, I try.
We use a new line now, dying to be beautiful.
This is
And it just says that's kind of sums it up, you know?
It does sum it up, because we all want, you know, obviously the cosmetic industry or the beauty industry, they've all found that niche of people that want to stay and look young.
Right, right, right. And you know, the other thing is that you know, people want to like you said, they're so adamant about staying younger, so they're putting these active ingredients on their skin that they may not be knowledgeable about. And when you already have compromised skin that's suffering, you then put those active ingredients on, you cause yourself so many more problems. And people don't understand that, and before you know it, now you just layered on something that's going to cause you way more problems. And so you know, we really try to educate people on that. And to stay away, we call there's a thing called pink washing, which is when a company touts that they raise all kinds of money for cancer or cancer research, but yet they're formulating products that contain ingredients that cause cancer. And so we tell people, particularly when they're donating money or supporting a certain cause, to always be aware of that, because you don't want to be giving your money to an agency who then is formulating a product to go against exactly what they're trying to help.
This is just a thought that just came to me. When you have new patients that come into you, are they truly surprised when you show them different products that they probably have used through the years?
Oh my God, they're so surprised. And even, unfortunately, some of them say, my doctor recommended that to me. And unfortunately, you know, we have to kind of tread a thin line and say, you know, it's just unfortunate that, I mean, I literally heard that when a doctor goes for their MD, they get about a half an hour of skincare, which is crazy. It's the largest organ of the body, but, you know, so maybe some things have to change in that area as well. But, you know, so we have to kind of, you know, explain to them that in a corporate setting, you know, things run a little bit differently than we would ideally choose. So because their doctor recommended them something, it doesn't mean that they're trying to harm them. Obviously, that they're just not educated. So that's why we do like to go in and educate medical teams and whatnot to be able to kind of get an idea of where we're coming from. But yes, so many people are amazed, and they just can't believe that they've never heard the information. And you know, I always find it interesting, because as we do the Live Strong programs, more and more wives will get word of us coming in and will start calling us because it's such an important topic.
I think it's truly an unbelievable topic that I didn't even know you were doing that.
Right, right.
I mean, there are so many things that I don't know that I'm sure my audience doesn't know either.
Yeah, so, there's so many aspects that go into it, you know?
Especially with the cancer.
Right.
And I get overwhelmed just thinking about it. But because of you, you're here as a spokesperson for your company and what you provide and how you train and teach people about things, how to help themselves. Because it must be also just to talk to the individual in a kind manner, maybe just to settle them down a little bit. But I'm I'm sure once they start working with you and your team, they must have a different outlook.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I state in my talks that some of the information can become overwhelming because again, like I'm there for an hour, I'm an educator, I'm pouring all this information onto them.
Right.
And sometimes it can get overwhelming. And so I tell people, we don't not drive in our car because we could get in a car accident. So I'm not saying go home and throw everything you have out. But when you finish up that bottle of shampoo that you use, and maybe now you have the tools that you could choose something better, a better alternative. And then as we make little changes, then we improve on more and more stuff. It's more beneficial to us. But, we try to, tell people don't go home and throw everything out. Don't, if somebody gives you a gift of Bath and Body Works, don't go throwing it out just because, but when you use that up, maybe think about purchasing a better alternative.
Are there places to go to find out what the better alternatives are though, Holly?
There isn't a lot of places that do. We have a couple of tools that can help us. That there's an app on the phone called Think Dirty. You have to go to the app store to get it, and so you can download that and put in products, and you can also scan products with it, and it will come up and tell you how good or bad they are. It will tell you what ingredients in there are good or bad, and you can actually click on a tab that says odd picks that will give you a better alternative. Also, there's another one, EWG. So it's www.ewg.org/skin deep. And the same thing, you can put in any ingredient or product in there and it will tell you how good or harmful it is.
When I look at my products, I look at it because it looks nice.
Right.
It's the packaging,
Right.
And I'm sure that's how they're selling it a lot of times, but I really do try to be careful, but I know I'm using a product that it's probably, I don't know, I'm not going to mention no names, but I'll talk to you later some other day, but I think we've already talked about this product. And I love it. Absolutely love it.
And there's so much misleading information that goes on the labels because it's not regulated by the FDA. Also, it's just very unregulated in our skincare and body products that it's kind of sad. A lot of stuff that we sell in the United States is banned in Europe, banned in other countries. And so we're really behind the times in this country. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people do believe that because of what they have been using is why they may have gotten sick. And so, 60% of whatever we put on our skin is absorbed into our blood and digestive system. Children absorb 40 to 50% more than adults do. And so think about if they're exposed to toxins when they're younger and they grow up, it's, pretty determined that they're going to have health issues, and all that could be regulated by the government, but it's not. And so we have to be advocates for ourselves. And reading ingredient labels can be very overwhelming. So we tell people, try to notice like the first 5 ingredients, and if you see something in there, then it's probably a product that you don't want to purchase. You never want to buy a product with fragrance in it, because fragrance, the FDA only requires a company to list fragrance on the bottle because they consider it a trade secret when it could actually have up to an additional 100 chemicals just in that fragrance. So you always want to avoid any products that contain fragrance. And, and you just have to be a self-advocate for yourself.
I would think the holistic community, all my friends that, create different flavors and salves and creams, they use a lot of organic products. So I'm just wondering if.
Yeah, even organic and natural. So it's interesting when a product is listed as natural, the first thing is that is not at all governed by the FDA at all. There are no restrictions or regulations on that. But another thing is people don't realize, so when it says a product is natural, yeah, well, poison ivy's natural, but you don't want to put that on your face, do you? So
No.
natural, you have to, kind of think about it. Like, just because something's natural doesn't mean that it's good. So,
That's right.
we have to think of all these things. Another thing is a lot of products will be listed as unscented. Well, unscented does not mean it doesn't contain fragrance. It's unscented, not fragrance free. So that's just kind of a little snapshot of how the,
Yeah,
the labeling and whatnot is so
right,
misleading.
right. Well, I can't believe we've been on here for half an hour.
Oh
Honest to
my
God,
God.
it went by so fast.
I know.
Oh my God. And I know there's so much more we can talk about, but on videos, I don't like to go over 25 minutes because,
Okay.
but I know you're going to come back in 2 weeks.
Absolutely. We're going to come back with the girls and
Yeah, the
we can
team is
talk a
coming
bit
in.
more about it.
All right. Well, is there any lasting words you want to leave anyone before I close this video?
I just want to say that we've done this for 6 years. We've always found a way to help people. So if you are suffering from some devastating skin reactions, don't give up and don't feel that there's no help out there. Contact us and we will try and try. We have a number of great companies that are very good to our charity, and there is help for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
I will. Oh, good. That's great. I will put all that information on the blog for everyone.
Great. Awesome.
So your emails, everything that you talked about, not everything, but the links
Yeah.
I'll give off out. It's all
right. And if you need any more info, just let me know and I can get it to you.
Oh, I certainly will. Thank you so much, Holly, for coming on.
All right. Thank you.
This was Jeannie White from Passionate World Radio, and I was talking to Holly Brown, Looking and Feeling Fab. And she is a must. You must contact her, folks. She can help you. All right. Again, Jeannie White, Passionate World Talk Radio. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. See you again. Bye now.
Thank you.